Before this video starts, I just want to mention one thing. I don't particularly enjoy or take pride or some perverse and satisfaction in talking about people, attacking them or making fun of them or whatever. I do this because I want to, and I feel that my commentary would benefit for the future of either gaming or at least some people. And I do realize that I'm a small channel. However, my 2 cents probably matter to someone and they matter to me, so that's why I do it. I do it because I want to, and I do this because I feel I need to speak up. And this video that I'm doing today is no different. Greetings, ladies and gents, my name is Hales with the Bearded Balkan Blabbermouth and I am discussing. And today I want to talk about a topic that I didn't think I would have to touch again in a video, even though I have touched it with a lot of other creators several times in streams, in podcasts, and in topics of different videos as well. I'm talking, of course, about what seems to be a targeted attack on smaller YouTube creators. If you don't know, several months ago we had attacks on several smaller creators, prominent creators in my opinion, that had either their monetization taken away or their channels were completely nuked. It started with Toasty with the Mosty, it got her monetization gone, it continued with Kirsche. Then it moved on to Ryan Roger Ate, who had his whole channel just removed from YouTube without any tangible explanation. And now the furthest and the newest one of all is Atraus, who is also a prominent creator and had his monetization just removed. The funny thing on the last channel on Atraus is that his monetization was taken after several videos were flagged, all of them talking about Alyssa Mercante, and all of them being flagged prior to the monetization, which you might find it's funny. I find it as intentional as showing. And without any further ado, I want to move this to what I want to show you on different posts, because I can spend the whole video talking about the situation and I can spend 2 or 3 videos worth only showing you posts. I'm taking the middle approach just so you know the good gist of it and to know my thoughts. So I'm gonna start with 8-bit Eric, actually, who had a post and made a throwback to actually November of 2024, who said straight from the source where Alyssa Mercante openly admits she wants to deplatform and demonetize me, complete with a thinly veiled threat. Why? Because she doesn't like being criticized. 2 of my videos were falsely taken out as direct result of coordinating massive reporting. Dozens of from her side were tagging YouTube, demanding my removal, blatantly violating terms and services on YouTube X and Blue Sky. Mass reporting to silence someone you disagree with isn't activism, it's abuse. And here we see Alyssa Mercante. Once again, I'm asking people to report this man to YouTube for harassment. There is a mountain of evidence. This is just the entree of what I'm about to show you. And this is the moment that I want to share something with you, like a personal opinion. In my opinion, the person Alyssa Mercante is not someone who has grown up in a normal environment. This is my personal opinion. I think that she has grown up without the need and the situation to accept and have consequences to appear in her life. She hasn't grown up to deal with consequences of her actions or words. She has lived, in my opinion, a very sheltered and privileged life. This is all shown by her behavior. She has not taken accountability to any of her actions, and most of them being very, very hypocritical, as she is actively suing someone for the things that she does instead of him, which is the basis of hypocrisy in my opinion. This can only speak, again, in my opinion, for a blatant lack of any accountability in her life, leaving her as an adult, in my opinion, to not be able to comprehend, to have consequences that would inflict her life for her actions. Again, in my opinion. We move to Atraus, who actually shared something very interesting, and this is a clip from WWF. I will be with it in a moment. He said, "Dear YouTube, I recently made a post on X about my channel being demonetized. I also appealed the decision via email, and in both instances I alluded to the possibility that one person may be responsible for false flagging my channel. This person has basically admitted to doing that." Below you will find a screenshot of that person posting on her X account a Vince McMahon meme. Beside that picture is the video full of the context behind it. She used a meme to admit to the world that her and her team are the ones responsible for false flagging my videos. In addition, you will find that there's absolutely not a coincidence that each video that was flagged has her name on the topic. We have Alyssa Mercante posting this image, and we have the full video that you can see. This is from WWE, and me, Texas, and this is a meme that is very prominent. So this, although alleged and although maybe might be possibly misinterpreted, is very telling because it comes right after he was demonetized, and she's basically, in my opinion, and in not only my opinion, bragging about being responsible for this. And now we move to Smash JT, and this might seem a little bit random, but you have to understand one simple thing. We are looking at posts that were shared recently. Yes, some of them are going back, but some of them are from just a few days ago. Smash JT says they're getting more and more confident with each successful takedown. First Austin to Mossy, then Ryan Roger Ate, and most recently Atraus has been hit by them. And these are some of the screenshots. Now, the person that is here is someone who I would not want to talk about just because he's a soulless, fake blondie, devoid of any empathy or humanity human being. He does not deserve any sort of recognition. I'm just showing this so they will remain named. Story guys got busy ring errors. Report this one. It's Smash talking about sucking dicks. I don't know if it's better to report as harassment, bullying, or sexual content. Reference the 850 mark. This is very specific targeted harassment. This is against all types of terms and conditions. This is not something that is being accidental. This is something very targeted, and it is targeted because people like this, and this is the only thing I'm actually going to say about this, people like this absolute mistake, in my opinion, use because they have the safety of the internet, because they do not deal with real life consequences for their actions. As long as they're online and they're getting attention, that's enough for them, no matter the negative or positive attention. Same with JDA, same with another at least 500 people that you can find on the internet. They only care about the attention. They don't care if it's negative, if it's positive. They care that it's there, and they care that they make people angry. And that is why nobody should engage with people like this. They should be forgotten and left to rot in irrelevance. And they do feel comfortable about completely disregarding terms and conditions, terms of service. They make fake accounts because they're fake people, and they make multiple of them so that they can organize these mass attacks. They're terminally online. They don't care about anything. They have no moral compass. They have no morals grounds. They have no teachings of these things. They only care about being interesting and having attention on them, and that is because the attention is online and it is not in real life. We continue with Smash JT, who's posted more Alyssa Mercante pictures and screenshots from her own followers. 23 views in 2 weeks from Smash JT about her. This in reality is a response from Smash JT to her regarding what she has said. So this is a response because he is being sued by her and he has the right to defend himself, and every bit of transparency is important for the court case, that if it's not dismissed, of course. And this is one of her followers saying someone needs to put this dude out for real, which is a veiled threat. This is from James OP, who responded to James Viper, who actually reposted Smash JT. Yes, post and repost inception. But James OP has an interesting screenshot that he posted. This is from 2017, so she isn't new about this. This psychosis, in my opinion, is not new. We flooded her timeline until she went private. So this is basically targeted harassment. This is online bullying, and this is something very serious. And I want to be absolutely clear. When you're attacking someone who is trying to build a career, who's trying to build something out of themselves without them relying on bullying other people, you are the bully. And this makes Alyssa Mercante the actual bully, and it makes her followers her quotes and her followers that basically do as she says and just mindlessly follow her, mass flagging people, mass attacking channels, and mass reporting content creators, which leads to demonetization, deplatforming, and basically losing your means of life. This is financial bullying, this is life bullying, this is destruction of one's life, and they don't have a problem with that. They have no moral compass, in my opinion, that would prevent them of that, because no matter what you say, even if you're on the side of Alyssa Mercante, you have to remember one thing: not a single content creator of these people has went public and said go and deplatform them, go and demonetize them, go and mass raid them, go and bully them until they submit, or at least until they get scared. No, nobody said that. We're actually against that, because we don't want to see anyone deplatformed. We don't want to see anyone lose their voice. We don't want to see anyone have the fear in their heart to post, to comment on their life or on their position. We accept discussion, we accept different opinions, and we will criticize different opinions if they're stupid opinions in our opinion, but we will never say go F yourself or go be deplatformed, or someone, my audience, go and deplatform them, go mass report them and mass harass. We don't do that. But if you do that, or if you are such an abhorrent piece of shit that you do harmful things, yes, we will highlight this and we will comment on this and we'll say this is not okay, this is not a good stand, this should not be happening. That is something that we are allowed to say because it's our opinion, it's our viewpoint, and it's something that we're trying to showcase. You might agree with it, you might disagree with it. This is the basis of free thinking, because you can agree with whatever you feel is right, not with whatever anyone else feels that you should feel is right. This is what freedom of thought means like. And we come to probably one of my favorite posts, again by James OP. This is a compilation of Alyssa Mercante, and I am showing this because you need to know one thing. She is someone who is saying that she was misrepresented, she was targeted, she was harassed for being a cam girl and for being called a whore or a online slut or whatever. And this is something that she says that this is defamation, this is whatever. These are all posts from her, and I'm gonna read just a few of them. Show dick, you cowards. Standing in the empty beer aisle, loudly asking whose dick do I gotta suck for some pumpkin beers. Also, I was a cam girl. Silly. Goofy ass, I did cam work for several months post moving back from England while bartending and saving up for more DSC before I got a job in marketing. That was almost 10 years ago. There was no failing, baby. I know you're mad. You can subscribe now, but it'll be okay. I have talked openly about my stint as a cam girl for ages now. It's not a big review, besties. I don't have anything else to add. She has admitted it on multiple occasions. So when people like me, people like Smash, people some like everyone else says, yeah, you were an online cam girl, you were a whore, and you basically said it yourself. I'm just using your words. I'm just showing what you said. And if you want to use that, that's your opinion. And if you think that you're defending, you feel attacked, yeah, but you have talked openly about this for years. It's your responsibility to take ownership of those words. You can say, yeah, I was joking about that, but everybody knows that you're not joking. You were very serious about this. So you have admitted yourself, you were proud of it. So why shouldn't anyone be talking about this? And then as a finale, we go to something that I think is true. This is another post from Smash JT who says, why was a bisexual female given specific details on what to change and not allowed to re-upload a video that violated YouTube terms and service, yet I, a white straight male, was stonewalled and told nothing. And this is in regards to Alyssa Mercante's latest video that she posted, I think 2 weeks ago, that was banned because she was apparently showcasing a email for someone that allegedly tried to threaten her with rape, and she appealed the video, and then she got this message which basically gives her a very specific time as to what she should remove in order to re-upload the video, which I would actually be okay with it, but this is what was sent to Smash JT when his video about Alana Pierce was taken down because he was showing knees of Alana Pierce that was basically just sitting with her knees up, and they kind of look like boobs according to some people on YouTube. And he wasn't given any specific answer. He was actually, I understand how you feel about this, but this is what we won't be able to overturn this decision. He was like, if that's the case, you need to give me specifics as to why exactly it was removed and given a warning, as I firmly believe the video did nothing wrong. How am I to prevent this from happening again without specifics? He wasn't giving any specifics. We talked about this further after I was a guest on his channel, and then afterwards again, he was still not giving specifics. And this is a absolute cherry picking on who to favor, and this is showcased. This is not alleged. You're cherry picking. YouTube is cherry picking who to have as their probably more favorite person and to have special attention. This is what it's called to me. I am under the impression that terms of service should be equal for everyone in the industry. If I mess up, I should get the same treatment as someone else messes up. If I want to have a specific information about where I messed up in the video, I would expect to receive it because I see that other people do receive it as well. So unless it's open that certain people under certain circumstances will get specific attention that is more than the ordinary filthy YouTubers like me, then I would understand. At least it's going to be black and white, but we're not going to see this. And this is just showcasing YouTube's preferences. I don't know if it's due to external reach, allegedly, or if it's due to something else that YouTube just decides on a random who to help and who do not. We don't know. We still don't know. However, we can guess, and my guess, personal guess, is that there is something else going on here. All of these channels being demonetized, deplatformed, being attacked, all because they're coincidentally or not talking about the same person, and they're exposing their absolute shitty behavior. And I am talking about Alyssa Mercante, is not a good thing, because you're setting a preferential example about a single person over content creators that have did nothing wrong. They have did nothing against terms of service. They have only expressed their opinions, which is allowed in every free country in the world, and it is allowed under the YouTube's general terms of service. And it is setting a dangerous precedent that, in my opinion, is intended to scare people, to not talk about certain topics, to only be compliant, to be well behaved, and to only talk about safe topics, which is absolutely anti-democracy, it's anti-freedom, and it is anti-freedom of speech. This is 1984 in my opinion, and YouTube, as the biggest platform, in my opinion, again, is enforcing this censorship, which is not good. And you can think whatever you want. I know that this video is going to be either controversial or it is going to be buried in the algorithm and nobody is going to see it. I truly do not care. I do want to express myself, and I do want a platform that does allow me to express my opinion. And yes, if I go off the deep end and just go full on abhorrent dictator or ists or phobe mode, and I just started attacking people left and right and just calling them the most abhorrent thing possible, then yes, I would probably deserve to be deplatformed. But if I express my criticism, even with a bit of a spicy language, if it is legit criticism, I do expect that this protection with the freedom of speech that is global will remain, and I would be able to say my voice, as YouTube should be a platform to do exactly that, to express yourself creatively, to express yourself critically, and to express yourself in general. Anyways, that is all I have for this video today. It's a bit of a longer video, I realized that, but I needed to unload a lot of the stuff. If you enjoy this content, if you enjoy what I do as videos, as streams, as my opinions, please give me a subscribe. Click the subscribe button, click the join button if you want to help me and help homeless animals and animals in shelters. Subscriptions start from $1.50 or something, so you can go and do that as well. It will give you granted access to a lot of special content. And if you want to see me more, you can follow me here, you can follow me on X, you can follow me on Discord. All the links are down in the description below. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Hales. This was DiscussThing, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers and stay fresh.